Hey guys, this is Mike Chen here in Orlando, Florida, and this is gonna be a really fun couple food days. Today I'm heading to a traditional Japanese udon restaurant that makes their noodles in-house, then going for some yakitori, then one of the most popular restaurants here in Orlando. And all these restaurants are Michelin restaurants that won't break the bank. But first, some breakfast. And before the food gets here, I just want to give a big thank you and shout out to the sponsor of this video, Surfshark VPN. Of course, I've been talking about using Surfshark VPN for a number of years now. I've said this before. It's one of the only things I keep running on my phone, my laptop, 24 hours a day. And it gives me peace of mind for less than a cup of coffee a day. And I do this because, of course, right now, so much of our personal information is online. And there's a lot of people trying to gain access to it. From data aggregators who are trying to obtain your personal information to sell to marketing companies, or people with more malicious purposes trying to gain access to something like your email. So what Surfshark VPN is a virtual private network. And what it does is that it encrypts and secures your personal information before it goes over the internet. So people who you really don't want having access to your private info, they're not gonna have access to it. Also, if someone is trying to access something like your email, Surfshark has something called Surfshark Alerts, and you'll be notified right away. And like I said, I just keep it running in the background. It's super fast, it hides my IP. I don't even notice it's running. And there's so many other benefits as well. For example, if I'm traveling overseas and I don't want to miss an episode of my favorite TV show, or there's a movie I want to see on a US streaming service, I can actually use Surfshark VPN to change my location from wherever I am back to the US, and that gives me access to all my favorite US streaming services. And I mentioned this before, but even to perform daily digital functions, like paying my bills when I'm overseas, it's sometimes pretty difficult because for some reason, a lot of major US websites, they just don't work properly when you're traveling. So to do things like pay my phone bills, pay my mortgage, I use Surfshark VPN for that. So if you want to give it a try, go to my link down below, use my promo code MikeyChen for 4 extra months. So I got two things. One is their chicken biscuit. This thing looks glorious. Sandwiched between the biscuit is this massive piece of fried chicken with a couple pickles, and it's covered in hot honey. This is one of those food items that I don't even begin to know how to eat this. See if I can just bite into it. All right. Wow, this thing is too crumbly, which is a good thing. I'm gonna try to knife and fork it. Oh, it's freaking awesome. Biscuit is good, really crumbly and buttery, but that chicken, really crunchy on the outside. Inside is nice and tender. The flavor is incredible, especially when you dunk into that hot honey. Man, I mean really tender and juicy inside of that crispy breading. Oh my gosh. This hot honey is no joke. My mouth's on fire right now. It's sweet, it's really spicy and savory. Oh, this is freaking delicious. You get a secondary crunch from the pickles as well. The flavor of this thing is out of this world. It's perfectly seasoned. It's savory, sweet, spicy. It's like Disney fireworks in your mouth. This is a 10 out of 10 breakfast item here. This is definitely my kind of spice level. Second dish, shakshuka toast. It's like some, fried chickpeas on top. Tomatoes, fried egg, avocado, some herbs, all over a beautiful toast. This one, I can go ahead and just pick it up. Oh, that's delicious too. I really like the crispy chickpeas. I don't think I've ever had crispy chickpeas before. They taste like little crispy, crumbly, popping corn kernels. This is an absolutely loaded toast. Again, I love the crunch from the chickpeas. Goes so well with the creamy avocado and the creamy yolk. The shakshuka sauce, which is mainly a tomato-based sauce. Very zesty without being overly acidic. Just a very well balance of flavors sitting on that toast. I like the taste of the fresh herbs as well. But those crunchy chickpeas really makes this dish. I mean, this is fantastic, but that chicken biscuit dish, that's 100% must try. Only $9 for the chicken biscuit. That's an amazing deal for such a fantastic Michelin breakfast. All right, finish this. We'll go for lunch. So So the first restaurant I'm at is a very popular restaurant called Zaru, and they specialize in Sanuki-style udon noodles. And just looking at some of their ingredients, I think this is going to be a pretty incredible meal. First of all, their noodles are fermented in 2 stages. A lot of their ingredients are from Japan, including their wheat, their kombu, the ginger, and also their green onions are grown in Georgia. And they source their wheat directly from the Kagawa prefecture where these noodles were made famous. Just got a hojicha, also from Japan. First of all, got the gyoza as the appetizer. Came out with a beautiful golden brown, thin dumpling skirt. They're just so crunchy and fun. Dumplings themselves looks like very thin wrappers, stuffed pretty well. Oh my. That is delicious. As I said, very thin outer wrapper. The filling is very, very juicy. Flavors are absolutely perfect. This is a really scrumptious dumpling. It's juicy, the outside texture is crunchy, inside is soft, very meaty, flavored beautifully. Of course, made in house here. My soba noodles have arrived. These are the Zaru udon, my favorite type of udon. Cold, fresh udon noodles. This is, to me, the best way to enjoy the true flavors of udon noodles. On the tray, there's dipping broth, wasabi, marinated kombu as a palate cleanser between bites, tempura flakes, sesame, scallion, and ginger. So mix the scallion, ginger, sesame into the dipping broth. The glistening, thick udon goes in. Oh man, just from squeezing this with the chopsticks, I know this texture is gonna be incredible. This is freaking mind-blowing. The texture is out of this world. The noodles are chewy and bouncy on the outside. The inside just tastes like a mochi. The dipping broth is light and is packed with umami. I like the wasabi for the added kick, and also the sesame goes great with the noodles. Every time you chew these bouncy noodles, you're also getting that beautiful explosive flavor from the sesame seeds. That's delicious. And what you can do is take your spoon, put the noodles on the spoon, take some of the tempura flakes, add it on top of the noodles. I don't think I've had cold udon before with the roasted sesame and the tempura flakes. It's a whole different level of texture. Also, you're getting that nice faint flavor from the oil as you're crunching down on the tempura flakes as well. I mean, the texture is bouncy, it tastes light and fresh, and there's so much umami flavor in the dipping broth. Chase it with some marinated kombu. Oh. Ooh, snappy and rich. This is pretty delicious on its own. Yeah, these noodles, masterful. There's some next level udon noodles here. Also, got a second bowl. This is their kake udon. So the hot udon in a bowl of dashi. Gonna go ahead and add my scallions, ginger, and sesame. I'm also gonna add some of my crushed sesame in there as well. I love the sesame here. Oh, it just makes you feel so good. This dashi is overflowing with flavor. And these thick, chewy udon noodles really soaked up a lot of that umami-filled flavor from the dashi. You can taste it in the noodles itself. And they said if I wanted some heat, I can add some tokarashi to this. Oh yeah, even better. Hot and satisfying bowl of udon. I also got a shrimp tempura. Very light and crunchy on the outside. Just gonna add it to my udon so it soaks up all that flavorful broth. These flavors are both simple and absolutely profound. You expect the dashi to taste good, have a lot of umami flavor in it. This one, the flavor seems a lot deeper. And I feel like eating at a place like this, I really don't even need, dare I say it, meat in my noodles. Just the noodles themselves and some broth, that'll make you happy any day of the week. You definitely taste the quality in these noodles. Also, price point, amazing. The next place I'm at, literally across the street. This place is called Tori Tori. It's a Yakitori joint. And what you do is go to your table and there's a slip of paper. You just check off whatever you want, hand it to the bartender, and they grill it up for you. And each dish range about $3 to $4 and up. First dish just came to the table. This is pork rinds with kimchi pimento cheese. Oh, this is an overflowing bowl of pork rinds. That's good. That is a great start to this meal. Really airy, crispy pork rinds. The cheese is rich, it's creamy, it's sharp. Got a nice tangy flavor to it as well, and a slightly spicy, fermented flavor from the kimchi. My yakitori is starting to arrive. All this grilled in-house. You can see I'm grilling the yakitori, and I got a chicken wing and a chicken skin. This is so good. Chicken skin, pig skin, all really good stuff. I mean, this thing is incredibly airy, and also I love the parts with a little bit of char. And just add a dash of lime juice to cut into the richness of the crispy chicken skin. I have it. Also, got a chicken wing. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, this thing is just glistening with juice. So good. This chicken wing is cooked very, very well. Look at all that juice below the surface. It's sweet, it's smoky, great balance with the yuzu citrus. That sweet, smoky, citrusy flavor just absolutely steeped all throughout this wing. Love it. Also, the sauce just caramelized outside of the wing. It's a little bit crunchy. I love the slight bitterness from the char parts. This is an absolute must try. Never had a wing like this before. All right, these next two skewers, one is beef with chimichurri, and one is thick cuts of barbecue pork belly with chimichurri. I'll start off with the lighter one first. By the way, there's a lot of every single skewer. I love this place. Every single bite here will exceed your expectations. This thing is so tender. You can see the juice lingering in the beef. The chimichurri is fresh and zesty. It's got a nice pungent kick and an acidy tang. Just perfect match with that juicy piece of beef. This is all tenderness right here. Finally, look at that beautiful pork belly. If you don't prepare yourself for this will absolutely shock you. There's so much fat in this piece of pork belly. So incredibly juicy, beautifully charred on the outside with, again, that delicious chimichurri. Also, I got a crab fried rice. Oh man, you definitely see all that crab inside the rice. Wow. This is a crabby fried rice. This might be the most crabby fried rice I ever put in my mouth. There is so much good crab flavor in here. I mean, you taste the crab meat for sure. You can see the chunks of crab meat mixed in with every single grain of rice. This is absolutely spectacular. So much of that slightly briny, mind-blowing miso is cooked into this rice. Incredible, 10 out of 10 fried rice. This is absolute must try. Oh my gosh, food here is so good. That was a piece of 100% fat. 100% melt on your tongue pork fat. Delicious, delicious, rich pork fat. Every bite will send your taste buds to the moon. There's so much I haven't tried here that I want to try. Favorite thing? I think that's hot. Chicken wings, the beef, pork belly, the rice. I think that's pretty much everything I got. Definitely deserving of the Michelin status. I think this might just be one of my favorite restaurants in Orlando. I could eat here every single day. It's so good. last meal of tonight. I am at Domu Ramen. This is a Michelin ramen place, and on Mondays they have a build your own ramen bowl starting at around $8. Besides the ramen, I got a Krabby Patty, which looks like a lobster roll, except there's a soft shell crab on top that's covered in spices, sitting on top of some microgreens, tomatoes. It looks like spicy mayo. It's really, really good. Soft shell crab, the legs are so crispy. Inside, full of that yummy, crabby miso. Great balance from the microgreens and tomatoes, and sitting on just the most toasty, buttery roll with a really nice burn from the spicy mayo. So apparently the soft shell crab sometimes comes on a steamed bun, sometimes on the butter roll I just had. I think what I had, much tastier vessel for the crab. So the ramen I built is thin, straight noodles inside tonkatsu broth, and I added on some chashu and seared ajitama eggs. Oh, by the way, spicy tonkatsu. It's good broth. Oh, that is very rich and creamy with a beautiful porky aftertaste. I love thin, straight ramen noodles. This place also makes all their noodles in-house. I wish this was a little more al dente. The added chashu. Oh, I love. That's really good. Good balance of fat and lean meat. Very nice, smoky, charred flavor. I've never seen eggs seared before. This is really interesting. Ooh. The yolk has a little bit of a crunchy outer shell. Oh, that's delicious. So basically they put a little sugar on the surface and they kind of seared it like a creme brulee. Savory, sweet, that's really nice. This is fantastic for the price. I think the only thing I would have changed if I did this again, change the thin straight noodles to the wavy noodles. I am missing a bit of chew from this ramen. Otherwise, flavor, chashu, the egg, fantastic. Oh, by the way, if you ever come here, gotta get that soft shell crab roll. All right, food adventure continues tomorrow. One last meal of the day, sticky rice. So the last Michelin restaurant I'm going to is called Sticky Rice, and this place serves traditional Laotian street food. And I got a bunch of stuff. First, got some chicken curry, I got some pork belly lard, some beef jerky. Everything smells incredible. The jasmine rice comes with a couple fried chilies and basil. Just the rice is so amazingly fragrant. This chicken curry, oh my gosh, I know this is gonna be good. Giant chunks of chicken, potatoes, scallions, herbs sitting all inside this broth with a layer of red oil on top. Take some of that. Drizzle it over the rice. I want to eat this every single day for the rest of the time. 10 out of 10. Shiver down my spine good. Everything is so tender. The potatoes, the chicken, so tender. There's a little crunch from the herbs, the scallions. It's all sitting in curry that is so rich and fragrant and coconutty. Curry is so fragrant on its own. Mix that with that amazing fragrance of the jasmine rice. This is way too good. Take another spoonful, a little basil on top. Nibble on the fried chilies. Oh, even better. This is a must try if you ever come here. One of the best things I've had in Orlando is this bowl curry. Gotta order their sticky wings, and yeah, these are really sticky, saucy, and beautifully charred. Great. There's so much flavor in this. And you can see how juicy these wings are. They're piping hot straight from the grill. I love that little bitterness and smokiness from the char. And the sauce is some sort of soy sauce based, little sweetness and a blast of umami. Wow, this is delicious. This is Laotian jerky, and you can see the sprinkle of spices and the fat in each piece of beef. Look at this. Nice and fatty and glistening. Oh yeah, that's so freaking good. These are fried, slightly crispy on the outside. And that crispy outer layer is just really trapping in all that flavor that's in every single bite of this. I mean, every bite, the flavor is rich, it's savory, it's robust. The marinated beef has a hint of garlic, lemongrass. It's slightly smoky, and the caramelized outer layer contrasts very well with the tender, chewy texture of the beef. All that with a hint of sweetness. They brought over some jiao sauce to dip this in. If you've never had this jiao sauce before, this is a very popular sauce in Laotian cuisine. Looks like some garlic, chili, cilantro, scallions. Yeah, these two items go so well together, especially if you take a bite of the jerky with a lot of fat. The sauce is vibrant, it's spicy, it's vinegary, it's fragrant. It goes so well with anything that's rich and savory. Oh, this is freaking amazing. Meal's not over. I already want to come back. I also got to order a lard, and you can get this with 3 different kinds of meats: chicken, beef, or pork belly. I got the pork belly, and look at this. Thinly sliced pork belly, and the fat is right there on display. Cooked with some onions, scallions, cilantro, sitting next to jasmine rice. The way they cook meat is masterful. The chicken, the beef, the pork, so tender. Also, this dish is so vibrant and fresh. If you want something to balance out the fatty pork belly, there's cucumbers, there's lettuce, there's onions. The aromatic herbs provides a beautiful burst of fragrant freshness. There's a wonderful crunchy element to this dish as well. And again, that pork belly just melts. One more dish I had to try before it gets cold. I'm so excited for this. This is their garlic curry rub ribs. The ribs are simmered for 6 hours and then thrown on a grill covered in curry sauce and scallions, just like the chicken wings. You can see all that beautiful char on the edges of these ribs. Oh yeah. Pretty much no resistance. This is a plastic fork. It's not even that sturdy, and the bone just pops right out of the ribs. It just breaks apart so easily. All that fat and collagen mixed with the meat. First thing that hits you is a blast of smoke, and then that awesome flavor and aroma from the curry, as you might have guessed, pretty much dissolves when you bite down on it. And that delicious aroma-filled flavor from the curry sauce steeped throughout the rib, along with that awesome smoky flavor that just goes everywhere when you chew these things. Yeah, more people need to try this place out. This is some mind-blowing Laotian food. My favorites: curry, beef jerky. The wings are fantastic, the ribs great. But yeah, curry and the jerky, my favorite things here. Definitely the jerky dipped into the jiao sauce. And I haven't tried their noodle soups yet. Save that for next time. Those are the most popular items here, so I'm sure those are amazing as well. But this has been a fun couple of days exploring the Michelin food scene here in Orlando. I think every dish I had was $12 more under and cheaper, and definitely much better than like a McDonald's extra value meal. I think some of the items that stuck out to me: the cold udon noodles, basically everything at Tori Tori. Oh, love the soft crab bun. Oh, and the chicken hot honey biscuit, and the foods I mentioned here. As always, all the places are listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.